Hey everyone, Mike McCleary here, along with Rich Henderson for our week 6 coaching call for Amazing Selling Machine. Now, before we get going, we always want to make sure you guys can hear us and see us. So the question today, it's kind of timely. If you know this, what percent did Amazon sales grow over this past Black Friday and Cyber Monday compared to last year? And I'll give you a couple options. It's either 5%, 10%, or 20%. Which one is it that they grew? So type that in here. That'll let us know that you can see us and hear us. And I will wait for Rich to tell me that we're getting some responses.
Oh, by the way, I didn't notice that this is the first time you've ever done a call and not said your good friend, Rich Henderson. You just went, Rich Henderson. Have I done something wrong?
So
got a lot of 20%, a 10%, an amazing number. That's a good answer. Yeah, most people are saying 20%.
Yeah, that's correct. It is 20%. Amazon just had a press release. Not only did they grow by 20%, small businesses and medium businesses, which are us, we are small businesses, we grew compared to last year as well. And they sold, I think, 18 million toys, 13 million fashion products, all within just a couple of days, which is absolutely unbelievable if you think about it, just how much they are selling and growing every single year. Even when Amazon, you think they can't get any bigger, they keep surprising us and growing every year. So it's timely. I know we had some great sales. A lot of the mentors, a lot of the members we're seeing had great sales as well. So this is what all of you, all the ASMX members, have to look forward to next year. And actually probably a lot sooner than then too. We'd really like to see you get your products up early next year, get selling, and then have them so they're really seasoned and raring to go, not only just for the holiday sales, but especially for Prime Day next summer, which is, I think, just as big as Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So now this call, this is all about Module 6. And you can ask us any questions leading up to that. So anything from the welcome module up through Module 6. If you're still on Modules 2, 3, 4, wherever you're at, that's okay. Post your questions here. Rich and I will be answering them. The mentors who are always with us in the background, we have Elaine, Tracy, Joanne, and Steve with us. They'll be answering your questions live and also responding right away. So feel free to hit us up for any questions up through Module 6. And then we'll be doing 2 other things also. Today, we're going to be having the winners of our why contest. So hopefully if you're on this call, I think we have close to 100 responses out there and you've posted your why in the community. We're going to be randomly picking some winners there to get a very special prize that Rich will be talking about later. And also we will have the community helpers, the one job that Rich always has to do in these calls. I'm not just saying that to subtly remind him, but maybe I am. And then also this Friday, Module 7 opens up at 9 a.m. Central Time. And that's all about what to do after your products are launched and when you want to start growing your sales even more by using other marketing tools from Amazon. So Rich, that's all that I have for now. I will turn it over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I haven't got a lot to talk about. There's a few things I just want to bring up because of what some messages I've been getting and posts we've been seeing. And the biggest concern right now is people saying, I haven't found my product. I haven't found my product opportunities yet. You know, what do I do? I'm stuck and all this kind of stuff. So if you haven't found your product yet, you know, if you found your product, not found your suppliers, and don't let that worry you, okay? You know, we say over and over again, this is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Do it at your own pace. Do not panic if you haven't found your product yet. If you're getting frustrated, then walk away for a day or two. Like, completely remove it from your mind. Go away. Like, I'm not going to say don't go on the internet, but like, don't go into the training. Don't look at the community, anything like that. Just take a complete break for 48 hours. Like, just get away from it completely. And then, you know, when you come back, you will feel refreshed. You will feel more like getting back into it again. But when you do come back, again, I've said this before, take a break. In fact, take lots of breaks. Don't just sit there for 6 hours straight searching for products. It's not a good way of doing it. It's not the most productive way of doing it, and that's for sure. You know, like personally, I wouldn't recommend you sit at the screen looking for products for more than an hour at a time. You know, work for an hour. At the end of that hour, You can leave the screen open, or you can, use the method we showed you for keeping the page you're on for Amazon. Switch your computer off, go away, like go take your dog for a walk, play with your kids, just go lie down and watch a bit of mindless TV, whatever it is, but just get away from it for 10, 15 minutes and then come back and start again. If you sit at that screen struggling and fighting hard for 6, 7 hours or whatever it is, trying to find your products, you are going to get burned out. You are going to get frustrated. So do it. So do it in small chunks. Take your time. It's even if you just get up and walk around for a few minutes, like leave your screen open, just get up and walk around, go make yourself a coffee or whatever it is, just take a break. Also, if you haven't been looking at other categories, go and look at other categories, like ones you might not even have a great interest in or don't think you do. One thing I've noticed, and it's especially like I love going and looking at products on Black Friday, looking at all the deals available. You find products that you like, wow, that's interesting. I didn't even know that product existed or whatever. So go and look at other categories. Don't stick to just the one category. Go and look in I don't know, office products or whatever, look for another category and go through those. Even if it's just a case of you do that for one day, to take a break from the main category you're looking in because that's where you think you want to be looking. It's really important for this first product. Do not get hung up on, I have to sell a sports and outdoors product because that's what my interest is. Do not get hung up on that. You're narrowing your search too much. Be open, go and look at other categories. There's so many products out there. And I've said it before, and it's at the end of the day, if you're not passionate about your product, you will be when you launch it and it starts making sales. And in the intervening time you've got between choosing your product and ordering it and it going live, you've got plenty of time to go and do research, become an expert on your product and your niche. So don't let that hold you back. Go and look at other things. Your first product, because this is what we're trying to get through to you. This is your first product. It doesn't need to dictate the rest of your business. Once you have your product up and running and are making money, then you can make a decision to carry on in that niche, build a brand out around that product, or just start a new brand. Mike, when he first started, the category he's in and the niche he's in that makes the vast majority of his sales is not related to the first product he sold. He moved into another category after he launched his first product. So you're not stuck in one place. So important that you just bite the bullet. I don't even know if that's the right words, but just take that leap of faith, pick that product, get it up, order it, and start learning the process of actually running a business. It's all laid out for you, exactly how to do it all. But if you don't, pull the trigger, get your first product up there, you're just going to be stuck in limbo. So, take breaks, keep moving forward, look in other categories, don't feel confined. And when it comes to it, and when you're narrowing down your list, if you narrow it down to 3, all of those 3 products are going to be awesome products. Just pick one, pull the trigger, boom, get it up there. Something else, and this goes kind of hand in hand with taking breaks, and it's the coaching calls. Now, this is a bit weird because I'm going to tell you to watch the coaching calls when you're actually on a coaching call. But obviously, there's going to be a lot of people who watch this as a replay. These coaching calls are so critically important. Yes, the training in the modules is incredibly important, but the coaching calls are too. I've had quite a few people saying to me, oh, well, I only watched the first 2 because, I thought we shouldn't go into module 3 and 4 until, we'd found our product, whatever. And, if you don't want to go further in the modules, yes, that's fine. But these coaching calls are not, even though they appear in the modules, they're not connected directly just to that module. I think virtually every single call, we've talked a little bit about product selection. We've talked a little bit about suppliers. But the insights you'll get from watching these calls, from our answers, even from the questions that are being asked too, it's vitally important to keep moving you forward. So please do watch them all. If you just happen to come across this one right now and you haven't watched all of them, go into the modules. It's going to be the last lesson in each module. Go and watch every single coaching call. The first 3 or 4 were a lot longer, but they're still worth watching. And it's a great thing to do while you're taking those breaks. Go and watch one of the coaching calls for 20 minutes or so, and then get back into your product selection and so on. And then, when you take the next break, go and watch another 20 minutes. But just watch these coaching calls. They're so important. When you joined, you will have noticed how much we stressed, how important, how valuable the coaching calls were. And like, we just didn't do that for the sake of doing it. It's true. Please make sure you watch all the coaching calls. It's vitally important for you. It's not just about getting answers. It's about maintaining momentum. It's about hearing what other people are doing. So, and at the end of the day, you're going to come up with questions, but other people might come up with a question that you hadn't even thought of. And it makes you think, oh God, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. And then you'll hear the answer. So make sure you watch all the coaching calls. And lastly, the tools you recommend. So I did cover this in the training, but I just want to emphasize it right now. These tools are the best tools on the market at specific tasks. So right now, like, only use them for the specific task that we show you in the training. A lot of them do multiple things, but we've isolated the best things they do, what they're best at, and that's what we show you. So, once you're live, you've got your product up and you've done your LBR and you're making sales and everything, then by all means check out the other aspects of these tools. But until then, stick to what we use them for in the training. Do not get distracted. Remember, all these 3 third-party tools are businesses in their own right. They want you to be using all their tools and even services because, that's how they make their money. And that's fine, but not if it's going to be a distraction for you right now. So for now, and I stress for now, ignore the emails you're getting from Helium 10, from Jungle Scout. Concentrate on what's in front of you right now. We know what works, and that's all we show you. We show you what works, okay? So keep focused, keep moving forward at your own pace. Don't feel that you're behind everyone else. Keep moving forward, and know one thing's for sure, and I hope you realize this by now. Mike, myself, all the mentors, we've got your back 100%. Do this at your own pace, and we're there to help you. We're there to keep you moving forward. We want you to succeed. We desperately want you to succeed. So, like, don't get down about this. Don't get frustrated. Don't think you can't do this, because you can. Just keep moving forward at your own pace, and we'll be there to hold your hand and make sure you succeed. That's all I've got for this week, Mike.
All right. That was your shortened version when Rich said he didn't have very much to talk about.
Yeah, I got carried away. You wouldn't have thought.
No, it's always great and timely info. So I really don't have much to talk about this week. Of course, this is about Module 6 that opened up last week. Fully realize that most of you probably aren't launching your product yet. So maybe you either haven't watched it yet, or maybe you've watched it and it kind of goes over your head, because until your product's at least your listings created on Amazon and you're able to go in there and start creating things like coupons and promotions, then it doesn't really, feel real to you. So there's not a lot I want to talk about it, but I do want to remind you that this is one of the biggest changes we made to the launch process since we came up with Launch, Blitz, and Rank back in 2017. That was the biggest change we made to date to launch. This time is the next biggest change, because we used to use something called Amazon promotions to create these coupons that you handed out one at a time. It's really cool. It still works great today. If you want to use it that way, you can. We'll give you access to that training, the older version, if you want to. But we've been testing this for the past 3 to 5 months, I think. I don't know exactly. It's since this summer. We've been using something called Amazon coupons, which are new. They've only been around probably about a year or so on Amazon, which is really new in Amazon time. And we found that they just work so much better. It's easier to set them up. It helps you control your costs better. It helps you get better conversions in a lot of different areas. So I was extremely excited to put together this new training and share it with you guys. So when you do get to the point where you're ready to launch, you will have the absolute best training possible. Now, with that in mind, you may see some previous members from ASM 9 or 8 or 7 or so, or even going back saying, hey, you know what, this is new. Like, are you really sure that we're using coupons? For new people, new sellers, Absolutely. This is the best way. So don't get distracted by that. Just keep in mind, we're always testing out new things, trying to figure out exactly what does not work. I spend a lot of money testing out things that doesn't work. You guys get the benefit of that. But this is one of the things that I've tested out and it really does work. So we both get the benefit of this. So look forward to that. And just know that it's ready to go when you're finally ready to go. One little caveat, I did have to update the training this morning to make sure you guys realize this. In order to use Amazon coupons, and again, this isn't really relevant if you're not selling yet, but in order to use Amazon coupons, you have to have one seller feedback. So seller feedback is something that's different than a product review. It's basically something about you. You as a seller, did you do what you're supposed to do? Did the product get to them? And since we're using Amazon FBA, seller feedback is really, really easy to get as us. Oh, I think I have 4.9 feedback. I know people have perfect 5.0 feedback because the feedback is just about placing the order and getting the product to the customer, nothing else. And so that's really easy to do when you're selling on Amazon using FBA. So in order to use Amazon coupons, again, you'll need to get one seller feedback. So as long as you can get one of your customers, whether it's a friend who bought your product or not, just one person to give you feedback, you'll be ready to go. Just want to make sure you realize that when you're ready to go, in addition to the 3 to 5 reviews, which you should try to get, you need one seller feedback. I talk about it in the updated training. I just uploaded it this morning, but just to keep that in mind. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Rich, and I believe that we're either going to get to the contest or we're going to get to Q&A. I'm not quite sure which one yet. I'll let him decide.
Agenda. I think we'll start with, we'll give away one prize now. We'll answer all the questions and then we'll try another prize because this is going to be a bit tricky. So Mike's going to do a random number. I'm going to match that number to a comment number in the why thread. Okay. Here's the caveat that I have to mention right now before you all go, well, that was me. It has to be an actual why post. It can't be a comment on someone else's why post. And it also has to be an ASMX member. So this could take us a few attempts. We're going to cross our fingers and hope it works. But I'm ready if you're ready, Mike.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and share my screen again. It makes it more fun. All right, so here we are on my super top secret random number generator that no one else in the world can find unless you Google random number generator. All right, so the range we know that contains the Ys from people on this call and an ASMX are posts anywhere from 416 to 516. So I'm going to randomly generate a number. I'm going to do a drum roll.
That was a long drum roll.
458.
Okay. 458. Return. We have a winner. Look at that. First time up. So it's, just let me double check. It is an actual Y and not a, yes, it is. So it's Dana Duncan or Dana Duncan. Congratulations. You're our first winner. I'm just having a quick look at yours, at your Y. My why: to gain freedom and to show my 2 boys that you can really create the lifestyle you want with a bit of hard work. I have a great job that I currently enjoy, but my passion has always been web-based businesses and all the opportunities they open up. And there's a bunch more stuff. There's a photograph of him and his kids looking really happy. So you should be looking happy. You just won the prize, which is 30-minute call, another 30-minute call with one of our mentors on top of what you already get, plus 12 months free access to the Seller Pro membership. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So I've got less questions than you this week, Mike. So do you want me to get mine out of the way first?
Sure.
Hey, if you let me assign them, what do you think is going to happen? Okay. So the first question is from My Little Lot. After our free trial periods of Helium 10 managed by Stats and Jungle Scout, do we have to keep them at the same level with one-time purchase of Jungle Scout for $197 and monthly payments of $100 Helium 10 and $60 managed by Stats and $40 Essential? These are forever costs of the business. The answer is no. So here's the deal. So if you found your product, then you don't need to go ahead and buy Jungle Scout. Remember, it's a one-time monthly fee. It's a one-time fee. It's not a monthly fee for Jungle Scout. Also, if you look for a post, I might even create a new one. If you use the link that you used the first time, you'll get $10 off. I know it's not a huge thing, but $10 is $10. For the others, Helium 10, At the end of the day, you need to decide at that point whether it's valuable for your business. I'm going to guess it probably will be by that time, but you get 3 months. That is like free access to Helium 10. You're also, by the way, that's a $97 discount on the package you're getting when you start paying. But you should have 3 months should be enough for you to use it for everything you need it for immediately. And then at that point, it's up to you. I believe with Helium 10, you can actually pause payments. I'm not 100% sure. I need to check that. But, you can always suspend the subscription or whatever. And then, if you find you need it later, you can come back and use it. But, at the end of the day, these are valuable tools. Managed by Stats, you've got that for a whole year. So I don't think there's any need to worry about that too much right now. But, you have to make the decision. We recommend these tools because we use them. As I said earlier, some of them for specific tasks. But for the likes of Helium 10, that's further down the road when you've got your products up. Their keyword tracking, keyword finding, all those things that they have are really, really useful. But if you've done your launch, you're making your sales, all that kind of stuff, then it's less of an issue. So hopefully that answers your question. At the end of the day, it's like, so I've just noticed specifically you said at the same level. So for Jungle Scout, if you're going to buy it, I highly recommend you get the Pro extension because it's got extra things you're going to need, which will save you going in and open each listing to see them. I think weight is one of them. For Helium 10, you're actually getting a $100 discount on the package you get. If you drop it down a level, you'll be basically paying the same amount. And that's because of the deal they did with us. So, don't worry about it right now. When it comes time to start paying, worry about it then. Decide if you want to keep it. And you don't have to keep it forever. Like Managed by Stats and Helium 10, they're both monthly. You can just use it until you don't need it anymore. And then come back to it, later if you need it again for another product or another launch or whatever it is. Triple Joy, I've seen products in the buy box that say ships from and sold by Amazon.com. Does it mean that Amazon source and private label the product? No, it doesn't. More often than not, what that means is that the person selling that product is part of what Amazon called their vendor program. I should have actually got Mike to answer this one, but I felt sorry for him because he had way more questions than me. But essentially, the vendor program means you partner with Amazon. Basically, they buy the products off you, and then they sell them. So it doesn't mean that it's actually Amazon's products. So for instance, Mike, one of his brands is in the vendor program. So they basically pay Mike for the products. He ships them to Amazon and then Amazon sell them. It's just a different way of doing things. And the vendor program, it's probably a good job I didn't give this question to Mike because the vendor program's got so many pluses and so many minuses. He'd be on here for like 3 hours talking about it. But essentially, don't worry about it. It's not something that would stop us choosing a product. So if one of the products at the top, your primary or competing is ships from and sold by Amazon, it's not something I would worry about. AZ Seller 143. I actually answered this in my little rant earlier, but I'll answer it again. Should we be ignoring the emails from Helium 10, MBS, and Jungle Scout, like when offered upgrades? Are any of these features necessary? I answered earlier, no. Right now, ignore emails from anyone except us. And honestly, I'm not even sure. Our emails are just to tell you to make sure you watch the call and stuff like that. But ignore them for now. There's nothing they are offering you that you need right now that you don't already have in the free trials or whatever. So stick to the training. Don't get distracted. Don't go off playing with other tools. I'm trying to think of a good example. Like with product selection, we've had a bunch of people going, oh, the numbers are all skewed. I'm looking at the page, it's got all these numbers under it. What am I doing wrong? And it's because they'd enabled the Helium 10 Chrome extension. Don't do that. You no need for that right now. By all means, when your product's up and live, go and do that. But it just confuses the issue. And Jungle Scout is by far and away the best tool there is for product selection. So ignore emails, stick to what you're doing. Oaken Sage, always hate a question that starts with background. Only kidding. My product is a 5-pack and there is only one primary and 2 to 3 competing products. Now, oh, here we go. So when I enter my top competitor ASIN into Helium-10 Cerebro and click Get Competitors, it only brings up one of my competing products. And the rest of the results range from 3-packs, blah, da, 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 da. Even more confounding is that the other type of product being displayed is for keyword XY. Okay, so basically, if you get a situation where you go to Helium-10 to use Cerebro, if you haven't got to Module 5 yet and you're not looking for keywords, or is it Module 4? Don't worry about this. Oaken Sage has. She's moving forward really quickly. But essentially, if you're putting in, if you hit the Get Competitors button and it doesn't give you the results you expect or you should see, manually put the ASIN numbers in from your Jungle Scout search for like the top 5, 6, 7 products, as opposed to using Get Competitors. The search is not foolproof by any means. Did I say that right? I've got a habit of not knowing whether I say things right, but it's not perfect, okay? So if you see weird results, just manually put the ASINs from your Jungle Scout search into the competitors box, which is underneath where you put your own ASIN. I actually do, like I showed you how to click the Get Competitors, because obviously it's like, whoa, one click and I'm done. Me personally, even now, like, and I've used this tool a lot, I put the ASINs in manually because I want to select exactly who I think my competitors are. At the end of the day, Helium-10 has to rely on keywords and what Amazon are saying and that kind of stuff. So just put them in manually. And note to self, maybe when I redo the training, for whenever I redo the training, I'll just skip the Get Competitors box and just get you to put them in manually. I hope that answers your question. I know you've asked that question in the community. You're saying here, if you're still confused, send me a PM, Oaken Sage, and tell me what it is that you're still confused about. Wow, okay. XOXOXO065055. Firstly, thank you, Richard Mike, and all the members for everything you do. Seriously. Oh, you're welcome. My question, do I still get to keep my Found My Hot Opportunity badge if I change my product after receiving samples? Okay, you go on to describe some other things here. Absolutely. At the end of the day, you found your badge, you found your product, your Hot Opportunity badge. You found your first hot opportunity, you get awarded the badge. Because you decided to change that product a little bit further down the road, has no effect whatsoever. You've still got your badge. You don't need to submit a screenshot with your new product opportunity. It's all good. Yep, can't pronounce this name. I am just on LBR training currently. How the hell did I get this one? And Mike's just put his counter in there so I can see he's looking at it. Will future videos go into further about making a landing page in my website regarding the bonus deal I am offering from my product insert? Is this something I was supposed to already have? It's in module 405. I show you a very simplistic way of creating it, a landing page. There are other ways. You can actually, you can go and pay someone on Fiverr to create the landing page for you. It's really, really simple, but it is covered in, I'm pretty sure it's module 4, which is brand assets. I think it's further down the page from creating your website. And now that I'm thinking about it, you know, one of these days on these calls, I'm actually going to put the training up on a tab so I can look at it. It might, actually, I've got a funny feeling it's module 5, towards the end of module 5. So that was released last week. So go and take a look at that. If you're still stuck, go ahead and post in the community. And after answering your LBR question, Mike, I'm done.
All right. Okay, so this is coming from Mayanaren. I'm thinking of adding a free item to my product in order to make it different from my competitors. So for the free item, should I also consider other things such as products to avoid, any item that's gated, or any restriction rules? Absolutely. So while you don't need to consider the different things like BSR and ranking and reviews, because people won't be looking for that additional item, you do need to make sure that it's not going to cause you to get gated. We've seen it happen in the past where if you add a product to an existing one that falls into another category, initially it might not cause any issues, but if Amazon ever reviews that listing and says, for example, like let's say you add a power bank to an existing product, you're selling a radio or you're selling a phone or something like that, and you add a power bank to it, well, power banks can be gated. And then if that is a part of your product, then they might come through and gate the entire listing. So yes, make sure your additional item is not gated just to be safe. So from Whipfister, on my seller account, Amazon lists my small FBA shipment as being received, but my product is still not active. It's showing as inactive. How long before it's up and running? If you see that happening, so two things are happening. Most likely because of the holiday sales and rush, Amazon's just slower receiving things and then putting them in inventory and making them live. That's most likely. It can take usually it takes the same day. That's when Amazon normally makes it live. But during really, really, really busy times, like right now, their busiest time of the entire year, it can take a few days up to a week or so. However, if it's been received, they said it's been received and it's still showing as inactive, get on with Amazon support. We've also seen it before where we've created a listing, just like we do in the training. We order the product, it finally arrives, several weeks to a month later, it's received in inventory, but it's still showing as inactive, even though they've put it in inventory. Sometimes Amazon needs to flip a switch in the background. So what I would do, get on with the support, even the typing one, the chat support one, you can usually just talk to them, tell them that it's there, but for some reason it's not active. And if it really is in the warehouse already, they can flip the switch. Within a matter of minutes, it will be live. Now, same question, another question. My main C shipment will arrive from Ram shortly, hopefully with a wink, and hopefully in the next couple of days. Should I expect the exact same delay when shipping those in? Because I realize I can't do my LBR until all this thing care of. Yeah, like right now is the busiest time of the year again. So things are just going slower. There's nothing anyone can do about it. So you can't expect some delay. But once you see that they've received it and they've started like checking it in, there's that status, it's checked in, and then actually it goes the other way around. Your product has arrived in Amazon. Then Amazon checks it in. That just means that they're like, oh yeah, this is the product. We're scanning this on here to show that we've received your products. And then they actually start receiving it. That's the third status you'll see. Once you see them receiving it and it'll start showing up in your inventory, if it's not live and selling, you'll need to contact them again to make sure that it is turned live. Again, doesn't happen to most products, sometimes does. Let's see. One of my FBA products, one of the FBA podcasts that I listen to is talking about terms of service with automated email marketing. For a couple days, about a month ago, Amazon was saying only one follow-up email was allowed. Now, apparently they're saying there is no limit, but we can't use marketing strategies such as leave a positive review. But also that we may not leave links to our website or even back to Amazon's storefront or product page. Can you confirm this or have any thoughts? This appears to conflict with the training. Actually, our training is spot on right now. So Amazon has never said you can only send one email. Usually when you hear these podcasts have said they've heard from someone that Amazon is only allowing one email. That is not the case. Amazon does not give you a limit. They just give you a very generic term. They want to make sure that if you email a customer, they're adding value to that. You're not just spamming them with all kinds of things that are not important. So, yeah, you can email them. Absolutely. Now, you can also ask for a review. That is completely allowed. You cannot ask for a positive review, but you can ask them for a review. As a matter of fact, in the training, we talk about that. And as far as links go, you never, ever could leave links outside of Amazon. You cannot put a link in that takes a customer outside of Amazon to your own web page or to your own email address or to your own phone number. Nothing that takes them off of Amazon. Now, as far as leaving a link to a product on Amazon, I wouldn't put a link into a product on Amazon, but I believe you can leave a link to have them give you a positive review. I'm sorry, scratch that. You can give them a link to giving you a review, not a positive one. Scratch that. There's nothing wrong that I've ever seen from Amazon saying that you can't make it easier for them to do what you're asking to do. So if you're saying, hey, Amazon customers rely upon reviews, we'd really love it if you gave us honest feedback on our product and then gave them a link in to go give a review, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to get dinged for that. So hopefully, and now as far as back to your storefront page, as far as back to a product page, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Just give them a link to what you are specifically asking them to do, which is to give you a review or even seller feedback, not positive, but just those specific things. You're allowed to do that. Hopefully that answers it. But in the training right now, as of everything you've read from Amazon, and specifically from Amazon, we're telling you what you can do in ASMX. From Gina, is it a must to add a bonus to your product? Absolutely not. You don't have to add a bonus to your product. It's one of the ways you can differentiate your product. You can differentiate your product from lots of different ways. You can add a bonus of a PDF. You can add another product to it. You can just make your product better. You can just say that your product has better quality than your competitors. That's another way of differentiating. You do not have to add a bonus. It's just one of the ways you can. Also from Gina, should have read this one first. If everything is exactly the same for my product and the competing products, how do I differentiate it from the competition? And what do you put in the bullet point of telling everyone how you're better if it's the same? Well, first off, if your product has all the exact same features as everyone else, that's okay. You're giving people what they already want. You just need to convince people why they should buy yours over the others. One thing you can always talk about is quality. If you're getting a sample and you're checking it out, talk about quality. And what I would do is you can still find those pain points. In the product tuning lesson, we tell you to go back and check out the reviews from your competitors, in particular, the negative reviews. Find out the things that people don't like about their product, and then just make sure that your supplier knows that you need the best quality product as possible, and then talk about how your product doesn't have those quality issues. People will get the product and it will work, and you have less, just talk about how yours is much better quality. Another thing you can make different, give them better instructions. That's an easy thing to do. Buy one of your competitors, see what their instructions are, and make your instructions better and clearer for them to understand. So hopefully that explains it. Again, for your first product, you don't have to go out there and make something worlds apart and worlds different. You can always market your product better. You can have better images. You can have better bullets. You can also talk about those pain points and just make sure that people know you have the best quality product. You have a manufacturer warranty that's better than your competitors. Those are ways to easily differentiate it. From Mo Salah, I was thinking about creating a useful ebook that would be relevant to my product and offer it for free on my listing. Is that allowed? And if so, how can I do this? I may be providing a link for the ebook in an email reminder for the customer, or including on a CD within the product, or giving it to them on Amazon through Kindle, which way is allowed or recommended. So you can give people ebooks. The best way to do that is to do it in your follow-up email. Actually, if you're using Managed by Stats, their seller mail, there's a way to attach a PDF to that email, and that's the best way to do it. Attach it as a PDF in your follow-up email to your customers, thanking them. And you can actually say, thank you for your order. Here is your bonus PDF, and attach it right to that. Keep in mind a few things. You can't give a link in that email to go get your PDF somewhere else. It has to be attached to it. Also, in that PDF, don't try to be sneaky. You cannot have links, or you should not have links that take people outside of Amazon, like take you to your website. If Amazon scans that and reads those, they will not allow it, and it could get you in trouble. Just make sure it truly is a PDF that provides value and doesn't try to take them outside of Amazon. From B-Dog, for my first shipment, if I'm using a freight forwarder, where should the destination be? I won't know the Amazon fulfillment center I need to send it to yet. So if I create a FBA order first, I don't know the location of the freight forwarder warehouse either. Can you kindly tell me the order of events that should happen for the first inventory? Okay, so you're right. No one knows what FBA center that you'll be shipping your product to. What you need to do is just have the product shipped to your freight forwarder's warehouse. That's the easiest thing to do. And then once the product has arrived at your freight forwarder's warehouse, then you can create an FBA shipment inside of Amazon. It'll tell you the 3 different warehouses that your products need to go to. And then you create those shipping labels and you send them to your freight forwarder, and they will then attach the labels and have UPS come and pick those up, and they'll get shipped out to the 3 different FBA warehouses. That's why we tell you to use a freight forwarder. It makes this process simple. You don't need to know the address of where your product's going to yet. You just need to find a freight forwarder and ask them to ship it into their own warehouse first, and tell them that once it's arrived, you will be shipping that product out immediately to Amazon warehouses, and they should be totally fine with that. From AC Ducey, I'm a foreigner about to apply for an EIN. I know that a USA address is not required to get it, but I've read that a USA address is needed when using Freightos for a shipping. Is this correct? Honestly, AC Ducey, I do not know if that's correct when using Freightos. I mean, to use Freightos, really, to get an estimate, you just need to know where it's coming from and where it's going to. But as far as like importing a product, I don't think that you have to have a US address. I know that for freight forwarders that we have in the vault, that we have people who live outside the country all the time that use those freight forwarders and don't have to have a physical US address. As long as you have an EIN or an LLC, even if it's in your home country of Canada, you should be okay. I don't know that. I mean, if you want to contact Freightos and verify that's the case, I can't imagine that being the case, because people all the time who don't live in the US use Freightos to ship products to the US as well. But check with them to be sure. If not, use one of our freight forwarders in the vault. Also from AC Ducey, by having an EIN as a foreigner in the US, am I required to file a tax return every year? I'm not a lawyer, so don't take this as 100% truth, but I'm 99% sure it's true. No, you do not. Just getting an EIN as a foreigner does not mean you have to file taxes in the US. Of course, check with your local tax advisor just to make sure that I'm not BSing you, but I'm almost positive that's the case. From Midst La Vista, I have a product that I launched last September, so over a year ago, before I joined ASM. It appears to be in a really competitive category that's far outside the ASM criteria. Can I do an LBR for this product as a relaunch, or should I find ways to liquidate this inventory ASAP? FYI, I only ordered 100 units. So, I mean, if it's outside of the criteria, an LBR is not going to help you because you have to give away so many products in order to get results in a really competitive category. Now, as far as only having 100 units, that's going to cause an issue again as well. Hold on, let me take these off here. It's kind of causing me issues. So with only 100 units, even if you did an LBR, that's not enough units to do anything. I would just look for ways to liquidate it. And the best way to do that is to create a really good percentage off. I would say like 50% off using an Amazon coupon, and then run some Facebook ads and run some Amazon sponsor product ads. And it should get rid of it. As long as you don't have really bad reviews, it should still get rid of it. And then yes, look for a new product. That's what I would do that meets the current ASM criteria. All right, so from Radamo, what is the rule if a customer wants to get a refund? Do they need to send the product back to Amazon? And when it arrives at Amazon, will Amazon pay me back? But what happens when an overseas customer that wants to get a refund? So first off, if you're using Amazon FBA, Amazon takes care of all of it. You have to do absolutely nothing. They will have to send the product back to Amazon in order for Amazon to give them the refund. And then you either, if that product arrives, they put it back in inventory, or Amazon pays you for that product just like you sold it. Now, for overseas customers, that's Amazon's problem as well. Now, if you get an email from a customer, especially an overseas customer, saying they bought your product and they want a refund, or they need to send the product back, tell them to contact Amazon. That is the best way to do that, because then Amazon can deal with the logistics of getting a product shipped back to the United States or to wherever they bought it from. Final one, do you have any update about the tariffs that will be imposed to Chinese products do we have to worry about before launching a product? This is the third coaching call in a row we've talked about this one. There's no update other than it is what it is. You know, there's currently some ruffling of feathers going on and posturing between the US and China. We have China, we are seeing increased tariffs on our products that are imported from China. But a couple things to keep in mind. The majority of those products are in raw materials. Like if you're an auto manufacturer or if you make appliances, the majority of the taxes are going on raw materials for those. Not to say all of them, but that's the majority of them. And there are some products that we are selling, that will see increased tariff rates. I believe that backpacks are one of them. I was talking to my freight forwarder. We don't sell backpacks right now. We looked at them, but backpacks are getting hit with increased tariffs. Again, normally it's not going to hit you, but yeah, take a look at them. If you're looking at a product, go to the United States tariff website. Just Google US tariffs. It'll take you to the United States Customs and Homeland Security Department, who actually assigns those tariffs, and look up your product and see what the tariff is going to be on it. And that'll tell you if you're affected or not. Now, the second part of this is that, remember, these tariffs are only on your cost, not where you're selling your product at. So if you're selling the product for $30 on Amazon, you're not getting hit with a 25% tax on that $30. It's only on what you pay your supplier. And this doesn't include shipping costs. So for a $30 product, you may only be paying $6 or $7 for that product from your China supplier. The 25% would only be on that. And that would be like $1.50 or so for that type of product. And so again, these costs aren't as high as you really think they are, because they're based upon your cost to your supplier. And then the third thing, I know I said only two, but the third thing is, if you're getting hit with them, every single one of your competitors as well. Like, it's an even playing field. So don't think that, oh my God, I can't sell this product because I can't compete my competition. Your competition has to pay the same tariffs as you do. So in the end, these prices will probably result in higher prices across the board for those products getting hit with them, so that everyone will share the cost, and really the customers will end up paying it. All right, so I have a few more questions over here that I'll get to. Mike, our primary competitor offers add-on parts for the product we're selling. I'm almost positive their add-on products will also work with our product. I feel that their add-ons give their listing added value. Should we consider purchasing these add-ons so we can offer them as well? Or should we somehow find a way to let our customers know they can purchase our competitors' add-ons? I'm concerned that could give business away. Note, these add-ons range anywhere from $4 to $10. Without knowing exactly what the add-on is, there's no real like perfect answer. So if the add-on product is made by your competitor, I would not tell them to go buy that product. No way. Because then they might see that they're selling the exact same product as you. Now, if you can find your own version of the add-on product to source yourself, then that's a great idea. I would then consider selling that along with your product. But no, I would not send them to an add-on product, even if it helps them, but it leads them to your competitor's product. You'll be losing sales that way. And let's see. Mike, can I focus my marketing plan without Facebook? I understand it's important, but is it crucial? I don't feel comfortable with Facebook, but if you say yes, I will do it. All right. So we've had a few people over the years who don't like using Facebook, or some people who couldn't use Facebook for one reason or another. Facebook will help you launch your product better and easier than any other method. So you don't have to use your personal Facebook page. You can sign up for a Facebook account, have a personal page, but then make your personal page private so no one else can see it. That is completely possible to do if you don't want to use Facebook. But that way, you can still at least get a business Facebook account to run ads. So if that's concerned about having a Facebook page at all, then do it that way. Don't use your personal one, but just set it up because you have to have in order to get a business page. Now, if your issues with Facebook in general, you don't like them as a company, I know a lot of people feel that way. You have to make a decision. Is it worth it to you to use Facebook and gain the benefits, knowing that you're giving them more business? Or are you so strong in your beliefs that you just want to try to do it without Facebook? I get it. I really do. I respect you either way that you go. Facebook will help you launch your product. Now, so my recommendation is yes, use Facebook, try to get over that hurdle. It's going to help you in a lot of ways, reaching customers. Now, one caveat is with the new launch method. I haven't taught this to anyone, but you guys are getting it first here. It is completely possible to launch your product with LBR without running Facebook ads. If you just create a big enough Amazon coupon and hit Amazon sponsored product ads heavily, put whatever that Facebook advertising budget was just towards Amazon sponsored product ads, you can launch your product just using Amazon sponsored product ads. If you think about it, your product's going to have this really awesome coupon on it. You're going to be paying for these ads on Amazon that are keyword driven. People are going to click, they're going to search, they'll see your ad with that really cool coupon, they'll click on it, they'll buy it. You'll start getting search ranking just with Amazon sponsored product ads. It'll be a little slower than using Facebook. It is possible. I cannot guarantee it's going to get the same results or work perfectly, but in theory, you can do it without Facebook. Again, I'd suggest going with Facebook because it'll make your life easier, and it's better to get to know how to use Facebook. But if you're absolutely against it, you can do it just using Amazon sponsored ads. And then my last question before I turn back over to Rich. My product requires rechargeable batteries. Should I know anything when importing, and are there any restrictions? There is an entire post on batteries inside the community. Just do a search for either lithium or rechargeable batteries. You'll see a post I made on it. You can sell it rechargeable batteries. Just know a couple things. One, they have to be shipped by ocean. You cannot send rechargeable batteries by air, so just keep that in mind. And then secondly, they have to go through some kind of hazmat review when they get to Amazon. And that's not an insurmountable obstacle. You just have to be prepared to submit the right information to them about the lithium content, the grams, the voltage, which you can get all from your supplier. So you can do those things. We don't recommend it because you have to go those extra steps, take those extra hurdles, and it takes longer because you have to ship by ocean. But if you want to, you can do it. Just be sure to talk with your freight forwarder to make sure they know you're shipping lithium products so that they'll be aware of it and make sure that nothing goes wrong during the shipping process. And that, Mr. Henderson, is the whole story.
Every time I switch my camera back on, you found another question. Okay, so I've got two or three quick questions here. And before I read this one, Mike posted this in our joint chat. This is not me upping myself. Trust me. So it says for Rich. Rich, those words are so amazing. We all needed to hear that. Gracias. From M. Javier Guzman. You are now officially my favorite ASM member, at least till the end of this call. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. When does the free trial for Helium-10 start? When you activate it or when ASMX started? So strictly speaking, it started when Module 1 opened. But you can see, like if you go and activate it, when you activate it and add your credit card, it will show you, it will tell you the dates. I haven't double checked it recently, but like I say, when you go in and activate it, you'll see it straight away. Strictly speaking, it should be from the date your Module 1 started. But I've seen some people who, it's from when they activate it. It's just, try it and see. It's my advice. And oh, someone asked about Matt's webinar. So if you've seen any posts or emails, I did put this in the community too, about a webinar that Matt Clark's doing today. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever for you to go and join that webinar. It's basically, it's similar to the webinar you saw, whatever it was, 2 months ago when you joined ASM. It's about the whole business model. It's not, there's no training on there that you don't already know. And especially like he does mention one loophole. That's actually part of what Mike covers in the ASM training in much greater detail. So for that webinar, if you've received emails or whatever, if you've signed up, that's fine. We don't recommend you go and watch it because it's just going to, I don't want to say it's going to waste your time because it's Matt, but it's going to waste your time. It's something you don't need to do. Increased conversion rate. I apologize for the question, but I don't understand. What do you mean? BSR question mark. No. So increasing your conversion rate, it basically just means you get more sales from the same number of visitors. So I'm going to try and do this off the top of my head. I'm terrible with math. So say you had 100 visitors to your page and 10 bought, you'd have a 10% conversion rate. And then if you did something to your listing, you made a better title or better images, and then you noticed that your conversion, then you made the next 100 visitors, you got 15 sales, then your conversion rate's 15%, so it's gone up by 5%. Hope that makes it a little bit more clear. And I thought I had another one, but I don't. Cool. So are we going to do the second giveaway prize thingy, majiggy? What's it?
Yes, we are. All right. So
technical name for it, by the way. Oh, by the way, someone asked about T-shirt. Maybe you can see it. This is the old Amazing Selling Machine logo from literally 5 years ago. So it's an old mentor T-shirt, and I love it so much that I still have it, still wear it. And actually, if you become a Facebook friend, you'll see it on my profile picture. But yeah, are we ready?
We are ready. Let me go ahead and share my screen again. All righty, share. Can you see my screen, Rich?
Oh, hang on. Yes, I can.
All right, here we go.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Whoa, 467.
Keep your fingers crossed. It's not a comment. Oh my God. I'm really tempted to do this again, but I can't. It is a Y, but this is going to be really funny in about 5 minutes time. The winner is Oak and Sage. Your comment is number 466, and you've posted 3 different Ys. I won't read them out.
Wait, Rich, 466 or 467?
Didn't you say 466? Oh, hold on a minute.
It's 467?
No, it's because I've scrolled up. It's all right. It's because I scrolled up. 467 is Oak and Sage.
Okay.
I scrolled up on the page a bit. So yeah, she's the winner. If you want to check that I'm not cheating, why is that done it again? Hold on a minute. Now second guessing myself. Bear with me. Yeah, it's correct. So if you want to check that I'm doing this correctly, all you need to do is open the Y thread, and the last 3 digits of the thread are the number of the comment. So I'm going to do it once more. 467. Hit return, and there it is. Oaken Sage. So yes, Oaken Sage won. And I know she's on this call right now. At least I hope she is. But yeah, you've won the second Y prize. So you get an extra community helper. You get an extra mentor call, which is going to be really funny. And like I say, in about 5 minutes. And you also get 12 months free access to Seller Pro. So that, I guess that's going to take us nicely into the community helper of the week. So you all know what this is. This is for people who are helping out in the community, members who are helping out in the community, not just answering questions, but encouraging people, generally just being an active member and helping other people. So again, I'm going to read out the people who are runners up in no specific order, and then I'll tell you the winner, although some of you probably guessed who it is already. So we have Educanever, BLS Pava, Carlos Burgos 2501, AC Ducey. AC Ducey, you should definitely win. Like, you're in this every single week. So maybe next week. But the winner is Oak and Sage. And this was like unanimous. So we did narrow it down to 2 people. And basically, there was no choice. Like, Oak and Sage won it hands down. So keep hanging in there. Keep posting, everyone. So Oak and Sage, you win yet another 30-minute mentor call. I think we might just like let you go and stay with Mike for a week. It might be easier just to get all those calls over and done with in a week. But you get a 30-minute call for this. You've just got a 30-minute call for the Y plus 12 months free. Mike, I'm almost tempted to do another Y prize.
I don't know. You know, it's pretty hard for me to actually hit that random number generator button. But
I think we should do another, because like it just seems like Oak and Sage is getting everything.
Yes,
so,
let's do it.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're paying for it, so I'm good with it.
1 second. Okay. Do you see my screen?
I do see your screen.
I'll let you do the drum roll. And 435.
435. 435. Return. Bam! It's a comment. Need another one.
All right, here we go. 427.
And the comment was actually AC Ducey, so that's even funnier. 427. 427. Oh my God! Now, here's the thing. Please go and test this. This is not fixed. You saw him do the random generator. Go and put the number in yourself. Can you guess who's the next winner?
AC Ducey.
Correct. 427. It's just like ridiculous. The chances of that happening are pretty small, because there was obviously the range is 100, but there was sort of 20 or so comments, so it is a 1 in 80 chance. But yeah, ACDC. So you've won 12 months of the Seller Pro member. Well, I can't even look. I'm lost. Okay, what's it called? Seller Pro. There you go. And you've got also got a mentor call. Congratulations. I'm not doing another one. That's just ridiculous. But like I say, if anyone thinks I'm fixing this, just go and do it yourself. Like, it was 427, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, put 427 in there, the last 3 numbers, hit return, and boom, AC Ducey.
I'm glad that AC Ducey finally won, because I was having flashbacks to the movie The Princess Bride, where the pirate Roberts would say to Wesley every day, "Good day's work, Wesley. Get some rest. I'll most likely kill you tomorrow." And we kept telling AC Ducey most likely win next week. So congrats, AC Ducey.
There you go. So that's all I've got, Mike. So if you want to close that out.
Yeah, we have a special shout out today before we.
Oh no, I did mention it. Carry on.
Yeah. So we want to say happy birthday to Anatol, who is one of our ASMX members. Yes, he is 17 years old today.
Oh.
So yeah, to be 17 again, right, Rich?
I can't remember back.
Awesome. Not only are we like happy for your birthday, but Anatol, you are an awesome member. He is kicking butt inside the community, helping people out, inspiring people. Already got his product up and launched and selling. So happy birthday and continued best luck to you, Anatol. Now, with that said, I want to thank, again, we want to thank a special person in the background. Michael Lemons this time has covered for our normal AV person of Caleb. So thank you, Michael, for being in the background. I want to thank our mentors. I want to thank Elaine, Steve, Tracy, and Joanne also for being there answering all the questions in the background. And of course, thank you to the members for adjusting your schedule. Sorry about that. I'm out of town the rest of this week, so we had to switch this up. It was either push it back or pull it forward, and we wanted to make sure that we got on the call as quickly as possible with you. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is this Friday, remember, Module 7 opens up at 9 a.m. Central Time. That's all about advanced marketing techniques. And we're going to go into, I just finished up a lesson on Amazon sponsored product ads. I know they're very simple to set up, but I'm going to show you my optimization techniques that I still use today when optimizing my campaigns. Hopefully it's going to make some sense to you and help you when your product starts selling and getting some really good profits out of those ads. But we also talk about other things such as brand registry. We talk about lightning deals. Go talk about the coupons again as well. But hopefully when you get access to it, when you're selling, these new training videos on Amazon marketing techniques will really help you after you launch getting your products up and selling. But that's it from today. So from all of us here at ASM, Rich and I say goodbye, and we will see you guys next week, Thursday, 2 p.m. back to the normal time, 2 p.m. Central Time next Thursday. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week, and we will see you soon.